Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's take a walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Hopefully this is going to be a treat. I have, this is Bell's Brewery, Third Coast Old Ale. I had one of my subs ask me why I hadn't reviewed this beer. The reason I hadn't reviewed this beer because I bought this beer back in 2009 and it's been cellaring in the fridge ever since. This is before Bell's even put dates on there, back when they put batch numbers on there. And the batch number on this one is 9458, and I couldn't remember how long I had had it or when I bought it. So I went to their site, and it has a batch number finder on there, and I typed that in there, and it said this beer was bottled on November 20th, 2009. So I've had this beer 4.5 years. November 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. November 20th will be 5 years this beer's been in the bottle. So we're a little, not quite 4.5 years, but close enough to 4.5. That's what I'm going to call it, 4.5 years in the bottle. This is a big beer. This is a 10.2%er. And they brewed this with a little hop forwardness, but being in the bottle that long, the hops has faded and it's going to probably be a malt bomb. I'm hoping the alcohol at 10.2% has subsided just a little bit, but it may not have. It may be still a little boozy. And I'm going to call it like I see it. There are some 10%ers that you can't even taste the alcohol in, and there's 8%ers that are boozy as hell. I don't know what to expect from this. I have never had this beer before. Like I said, I bought this back in 2009, and it's a barley wine. They call it an old ale, but it's technically a barley wine. Food pranks for this beer: the cheeses are sharp blue cheddar, your more pungent cheeses, your stronger cheeses, Gorgonzola and Limburger, and that it doesn't have any meat pairings for this. So it's going to take a strong dish to pair with a beer this big. Most barley wines are fairly sweet to start with, but they're usually pretty big and pretty boozy. So I did a barley wine when I first got into brewing beer about 5 years ago, and when I first brewed it, I could not stand it. It was just so big and boozy. But now I still have some left downstairs, and they're not too bad now, but they are big beers. You drink one of them and you got your buzz on, basically. That's the deal with the barley wine. Glasswares: pint, becker, the Nonic, and tumbler, the snifter. I got the double glass for this one, guys, because it enhances the aroma, the shape of the glass does. And this beer can be cellared for a long, long, long time. 10, 15, 20 years of cellared correctly. I'm a big Bell's fan. I like most of the stuff they do. Two Hearted Ale is my favorite go-to IPA. I keep it in the fridge regularly. I can buy that at the Kroger store across town. So I try to keep that in there. And I usually have one of those every day or every other day somewhere in that area, depending on whether I'm doing a bunch of beer reviews or a beer review. I usually don't do more than 1 or 2 beer reviews a day, and then I'll skip a day, and just cause time constraints. A lot of times, and here over the last couple of days, I've not been able to do a whole lot of reviews. I've only done 1 per day because I've been busy doing other things. Really busy at the cabinet shop right now, and trying to get everything lined up to go on my big trip in August. We're going to go cross country on a motorcycle. Bought me a trailer, and it come in a little box or a big box, and I've been assembling it for the last couple of days and doing some updates and changes on it to pull behind the motorcycle instead of packing the motorcycle up with all the big gear and stuff. It makes I have a 07 Screaming Eagle Ultra, and the last time we went to Sturgis 2 years ago, I got a great big pack that I pack all the clothes in and put it on the back of the tour pack, and it's really tall, and it makes the motorcycle handle really funky at low speeds when you're stopping and starting and getting gas, because I have to buy a lot of gas with that supercharger hanging off the side. I only get about 125 miles on 5 gallons, so I buy a lot of gas, but the trade-off of that, it has 160 horsepower, so plenty of horsepower to pull a trailer, I believe. So we got a new trailer. We're going to take that on the trip, and I've been in the process the last couple of days of getting it ready and pulling and basically pulling it apart. And I don't want to get into a lot because I don't want this to be a 20-minute video, because I get off kilter sometimes and talk about a bunch of different stuff. But I just want to give y'all some heads up because there may be some lags in the beer reviews come August. Up till now, I've been trying to pre-record a bunch of videos before I went on vacation, and that may not happen this time. So there might not be a beer review every day come August. So we'll see. We'll see how things go between now and then. And I've had to do some updates. I'm updating the lighting to LED lighting, so the regular lighting it comes with, and the bearings come with some kind of funky Chinese grease or low-speed grease, and I took all that apart, and I'm repacking them with lithium high-speed grease and stuff. So it's taken quite a while to get the trailer up to where I want it to be and feel safe. Pulling it at 80 miles an hour, 70, 80 miles an hour on the interstate going across the country. So, and it's still not quite, I've got it all assembled, but it's still got a few more updates I want to do to it before I feel comfortable. And got to get the wiring harness for the motorcycle and the trailer hitch to put on the motorcycle. It's a process of getting everything ready to go. So, still working on it, guys. So back to the beer. Let's get the cap off of this one and see what this one is about, guys. 4.5 years in the bottle. I hope it has sellered well. But I'm going to tell you like it is. If it's still boozy or if I don't like it, I'm going to tell you I don't like it. Even though it's supposed to be a world-class beer, we'll see. Cap is off. And I don't think it's going to pour a big head, so let's go down the center here. I can smell it from here. Man, I'm smelling, I mean, before I even got my nose on it, I'm smelling it from here. I'm getting caramel and sweetness and stuff. So, over to the light. I'm not getting hardly any. It is a caramel brown color. I see light around the outside of the edges, but I cannot see the bulb through it. So, and you can see, I mean, that's a 12-ounce bottle, and it's poured just a slightly bit more than a half a glass in the Stubble glass, guys. So, and it didn't pour hardly any head. There is no head on the top of the beer now. This has been in the fridge for almost 4.5 years. Good looking beer. Let's get a nose on it. Caramel, burnt sugar, toffee. Very sweet smelling on the nose. Not getting a lot of alcohol on the nose. Smells very sweet, very reminiscent of what a barley wine smells like. Mainly sweet, some dark fruit maybe, some plums, dates, raisins, figs. Maybe a hint of licorice. Very sweet smelling beer. Hopefully it has cellared well. So let's find out. Cheers, everybody. Wow. Wow. I'm pleasantly surprised. Not getting the alcohol at all. Wow. This has cellared well. Really well. I'm very happy. Slight hint of the alcohol in the nose, but not getting it in the taste. No burning. No booziness. No hops either. But the hops, the aromas are not there. but the balance between the sweetness is there. It's not overly sweet. There is enough bitterness to balance this beer out. An excellent beer to cellar. I will tell you that right now. Yeah, brown sugar, burnt caramel, nice maltiness. Wow, you could drink a couple of these as easy drinking as this is, but then you'd be in trouble. Wow, very nice, guys. An excellent beer to pick up and put away in the cellar. 4.5 years has done this beer very, very well. Now I'm saying that not having a fresh bottle to compare it to. I've not had this beer before, but when I bought it and I read that it was an excellent beer to cellar, and it was 10.2% barley wine, that immediately told me, with my past experience, being a new brewer at that time and done a barley wine at that time, to set this one aside for a while. So I did, and I'm glad I did. It is awesome now, guys. Well, let's let it warm up a little bit, get up to room temperature, let her taste it. We'll come back and do the final chug. Looking pretty impressive so far though, guys. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left. This beer is awesome. This beer is cellared very, very well. I don't know what else to say. Caramel, burnt malt, burnt caramel, brown sugar, dark fruit. No alcohol. For a 10.2%er, this beer is delicious. Went very well with the cigar that I popped on just a little bit ago, sipping on this beer. Wow, final chug. I will be picking up another one of these, for sure. We only do this in midway through October, November, December, so if you see one, it's from earlier in the year 2013 or previous, depending on how long they sat on the shelf. So, and like I said, this one doesn't even have a date on it. It has a batch code, which they date their stuff now, but this has a batch code on it from November 20th, 2009. So, very nice. Cellared very well. I might even pick up 2 of them. One to do fresh, just to see how boozy it is fresh, and one to put away again and sell it. Might even sell it the next one for maybe 7, 8, 10 years maybe, and see how it does. So, with that being said, guys, I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It is definitely an A beer. Cellared, excellent, excellent. I am very impressed with how this beer is cellared. There is no booziness. I'm not getting any alcohol in the taste. Just a slight hint when it was cold, but now that it's warmed up, and of course I've been drinking on it for a while, so I'm not getting the booziness at all. So excellent beer, excellent beer. All right, guys, let's go over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 92, which is in their outstanding range. I would agree with that. I would agree with it 100%. If I was to put a numeric rating on this, it would be between 97 and 99. I may be conservative. It may be a 10 beer. It's that good. It's that good right now. I don't drink a lot of barley wines because of the booziness and the sweetness of the beer. I like a strong hop profile, and that's another reason why I had to pick up 2. To do one fresh, and then to do another one after it's cellared, like I said, between 7 and 10 years, and see how it does. I got a feeling that this beer is rather boozy fresh. That's just my opinion. That's just what I think this beer would probably be like fresh. But this one is not boozy whatsoever. It's awesome. It's awesome. We'll go over to Great Beer. Oh, wow. I may be conservative here, guys. Great Beer says 100 overall and 98 in the style. I would agree with the 98 number, and I would not disagree with the 100 in the style. I mean, it went to the overall number, so it's awesome. My number 9 rating might be a little conservative. It's pretty damn tasty. If somebody said that's a 10 beer, I would not argue with that. I would not argue with that at all. So 9 is what I'm giving it. Looks like Great Beer says it's 100 overall. So pretty impressive numbers there. So if you see the Third Coast Old Ale by Bell's Brewery, pick it up. And if you've had one, give me some comments back on this and what you liked it, didn't like it, had a fresh bottle, had an aged bottle like I have here. And let me know what you think. Put them in the comments. As always, rate, comment, subscribe, hit that like button, and let's take that walk tomorrow. See what's in the fridge. See everybody then.